Welcome to the show, presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. What's on my agenda? What is on my agenda? I have no agenda. If anything, I think I have to set the record straight. I have to give props when it's due. I have to give props when it's due. And this might come as a surprise, but it shouldn't, because it's the type of person I am. I stand up for what I believe in. I am critical, not a hater. Critical when needed be, and I don't hate the hate. No. So this should not come as a shock. This should not come as a shock to you, but I just must say this. I have to get it off my chest, but I don't know how the others, and that's other leagues, other sport leagues, let this happen, but it is what it is. The NFL have become the model for excellence. Hey. I still have my problems. I still think they need to change some things. But looking at the excitement factor overall compared to some of the other leagues and just some of the things that you would have to say and do just to appease, well, NFL, hey, this is for you. This is for you. You are doing a better job than most. Don't go patting yourself on the back just yet, but take that standing ovation. Take that standing ovation because you deserve it. And this coming from me, of all people. Think about that for a moment. This coming from me, you getting congratulated from me over what you've been doing overall in general. I can nitpick, and there are some questionable things that's going on with a few teams and a certain number of players. I could point that out and nitpick and just do what I normally do. But I'm putting you up against the other sport leagues. I am putting you up against the other major sports. Sorry, hockey. You ain't there yet. You got an opportunity, but you ain't there yet. You have a chance, but you're not there yet. And hopefully you can grow and you can have more than 10 fans. I'm rooting for you because I enjoy your company. I enjoy watching. I enjoy everything. But this is for the big boys. I'm talking about the major sports. This is for the big boys. MLS, hey. I don't know what happened. It's like you fell off a cliff. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, my excitement, all of a sudden, my tuning in to the league, tuning in to the sport just turned into what is going on. And then I just completely stopped watching. I completely stopped watching. I don't know if you're even still playing. I don't even know if you're still going on. But if you are, hey, do that thing that I told you to do. Just do it. Do that thing I told you to do, and you can become a winner. But this isn't for me to just go and talk about one league after the other league after the other league. This is just me giving the NFL of all leagues its deserved props compared to some of the other leagues. I didn't think you had it in you, but it's clear that Roger Goodell sort of knows what he's doing. It's clear that they actually have a plan, whether it's propaganda, I said it twice to show you how super duper important it is. You can take it one way or the other, because some people call it propaganda, other people call it messaging, and I might call it just PR spin, what have you. But everyone does it, and it would be unfair for me to not say that or not point it out that everyone does it. I'm just amazed by the things that you have done. Sure. I'm not ecstatic. I'm not happy about adding another game and taking preseason away. But hey, I can just throw my hands up and say, it's Manny being Manny. It is what it is. And it's not going to affect me. But long as the players are okay with it, I'm going to be okay with it too. Because it's adding an extra game, adding more risk, and that risk reward factor. And if they're okay with the risk because they're getting compensated for the risk, fine by me. But I still stand on my principles and say, to make something safer, you don't add more risk. But this isn't a show for that. This is not a show for that. This isn't my time to shine. This is your time to shine. This is your standing out. This is your moment of glory. These are your bouquets. Flowers, roses. But I was going to stay away from the roses because I didn't want it to be the war of the roses. So this is your bouquet. You don't really necessarily have to manufacture things. The action is there. The excitement is there. The emotion is there. All of this stuff is baked in the brand. It's baked in the sport. It's not something you have to create like some other leagues. You don't have to mislead. You do not have to mislead. And that was one of my biggest problems with you. You misled or you withheld information, and all I was saying and all I was about saying, give them the information and nobody's gonna run. Nobody's gonna go away. They just want to know what you know so they can make the proper best decision for them and their family. Because when it comes to being able to provide, when it comes to the point where you have to make a decision, take a risk, you want to know all of the factors. You want to know everything so you can make the proper decision, and so you can make a decision that you are okay with. Sure, some are going to use that information and go, this is not for me. Others are going to use that information and go, I'm good with this. I am good with this. Because this sport gives people an opportunity to do something that they can't do anywhere else. You can't take that for granted. You can't just poo-poo on that. You can't just say, oh, if we give them information, they're going to run, they're going to hide, and the sport is going to collapse. That's why I disagreed at the time, and I still disagree now with people say, and yes, I'm using a straw man. Yes, I'm using a straw man because I'm protecting some of the guilty in the game. When some people said, with more information available to a player, they would just, I'm not playing this sport anymore. I'm not playing this. I'm not doing this. It is not worth it. No, that's not how that works. To be playing that sport at that level as a professional, or to go through all of that, there's something about that player, that person, that most of us don't have, don't possess. Don't quote me on it, but you can, because it's there. It's written in stone, because everything on the interwebs is in stone. There's just something that's deep deep inside that a lot of us don't have. The ability to run through a brick wall and keep running through a brick wall and keep running through a brick wall because you get paid to do it. That's for some people. That's not for a lot of people. And that's not a judgment on you if you choose to do that, because I understand the risk reward factor and it's definitely worth the risk depending on where you sit on the spectrum of life. I get it. I always got it. My thing, provide the information. That's it. Provide the information and try to be a good human being. Try to be a good institution. Try to do good things when faced with evil, or when faced with something that's obviously wrong. That's it. That was it. But of course, they got flipped and flopped into all sorts of circles and mediums and everything. And it was like, oh, you hate football. Oh, you want to destroy football. Oh, you are trying to take away a game that people love. Oh, you know, all the other straw man arguments that not even close to being true if you even just listen to anything that I said. Yeah, that. No. That's why you shouldn't be surprised that I'm giving you props, NFL. You shouldn't be surprised that I am saying, for the most part, when compared against some other leagues, you're doing some decent, some good things that's actually grabbing my attention and making me want to actually spend money on you. I know I'm not there yet. I don't know if I will ever get there, but I'm not there yet. Maybe in another day, maybe in another century or two, I'll think about it extremely hard. But to have you or one of your teams reach out and just say nice and good things, that can go a long way. You know, like wishing me well on a special day of my life. Yeah, that's good. Even though I don't support the team and it's not my team, but just the mere thought of it, you doing that when other teams and other leagues that I support that have the same information as you have, but you reached out. So yeah, it's a little personal to me. It's a little personal. I'm crying right now. I am crying right now. You just can't see it because we have come a long way. Who would have thought that it would take roughly 15, almost 20 years for this? 15 at least for this moment. When it started off with me bashing you over the head about your CTE issue, your CTE problem. But that's almost forgotten now. Not by me. That's almost forgotten now, but not for me. I still get it. I still understand. I still know. But you provided the information. You admitted to making a mistake, and that's the only thing I can ask for. I can't hold a grudge. I can't be the angry bad guy, the angry man, and just yell upon yelling at clouds, at objects, at everything because you made a mistake. You're not human, I don't think. But you possess human-like qualities. You bring joy. You bring sadness. You bring happiness. You make mistakes. You learn from mistakes. You do bat crap, crazy things. You do amazing things. And amazing's my favorite word, and I don't throw it around that often, especially in situations like this when I'm discussing you. It wouldn't be good for me to hold a grudge if you apologize. You apologize and it seemed sincere, and all I can say was, you made a mistake. Moving forward, let's not make that same mistake. Moving forward, let's see how things progress in the future. And so far, I must say, I'm amazed. So far, you have been living up to that imaginary promise that me and some other peeps had. You've been living up to it. Could it change tomorrow? Sure. Could it change next year? Sure. Could it change at the drop of a hat? Yeah. But now I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and possibly look at the situation, or whatever situation arises in its totality, and think that you are out for not just yourself, but for a little goodness. I know I'm projecting. I am projecting. This is what I hope. This is what I wish. But the only way that this can come true, I have to wake up. And when I wake up, I'm looking at the evidence that you're providing. I'm looking at the evidence that you're providing to me, not only me, but to everyone. That you understand. You're taking this into a different direction, and you are all about money. Yeah, sure, but everyone is, basically. But there's a little teeny bit of concern about people as well. Okay. Providing information, like I said, that amazed me. And now the way you're going about things and the way you are changing rules, I can't agree with most. I can't agree with most. But I can't have my cake and eat it too. It's not my party, and I definitely can't cry if I want to. I can yell and I can scream, but what good is that going to do? How is that going to help me? How is that going to help my health? So I'm going to be concerned about others' health and not my health in first. Self-preservation. So I'm not going to just scream and yell over mistakes of the past once you've admitted to making an error, admitted to a mistake, and I can just only move forward and understand the different positions and understand what you are trying to do. And I can't have my cake and eat it too when you have changed the rules of the game to make it safer. I can't be upset. I can't be mad that the game is changed because you have changed the rules to make it safer. Because then you'd be like, hey, we changed the rules to make it safer and you don't like it? And now, what? It'd be a no-win situation. So I'm not that guy. I'm not that person. I'm not that human. I'm not that cyborg. I'm not that future robot either. If you're going to make changes and change, not just for changing's sake, but make changes that your competition committee agrees on, because, you know, democracy here, that agrees on, and they say it will help the game in the long run, okay, I'm good with that. Receivers can have fun in the middle of the field, not have to worry about getting decleated, not have to worry about getting, a concussion or something because they're getting destroyed. Yeah. The traditionalist in me, or on me, or around me, says that's not the way the game used to be. That's not what the game is all about. It's about hitting. It's about letting it out, letting it go. I remember back in the day, a receiver couldn't go across in the middle of the field without being brave because they knew that safety or that linebacker was there waiting. Now, he might be there waiting, but you're not getting the same impact as before. You're not getting the same impact as before. Therefore, I can't have my cake and eat it too. I can't say I can say I miss that, but I can't say I don't like the new rule or rules when they're used to make the game safer, when I'm saying that it should be safer, when I'm saying provide the information, and sure, you've been doing the research and you understand that there's certain plays that cause more injuries than other, and you want to take that out. I'm fine with that. I can address and I can say how I dislike certain things. I can point out an ample amount of things, like what's a catch. But we know what a catch is now. We went ahead and described what a catch is. It's written in a rule book, so we understand, and I'm no longer wondering what a catch is. Sure, I did for a few years here or there because who knows what you were thinking. You corrected that mistake though. You corrected that mistake. So I can't be angry. I can't be upset. I can't be pounding on my chest and, oh, Jane, where are you? I can't. Because the things you're doing and the moves you're making are issues and are things that a lot of people like me, or even some that's not like me, think that you should have done. Adding that extra game though kinds of goes in the face of the safety thing, of the safety issues. But I do understand it's still a business. And with this being a business, you let me know or verify that it is. So I'm going to look at it in that sense for that move as a business decision. Here's the thing though. Everybody has the information. And they can decide whether or not how to move forward. And everybody, the players as well. Mostly the players. And if they're okay with it, I'm okay with it. I do have my reservations, but that's fine. That's fine. For the most part, NFL, you are doing a good job. I'm amazed compared to the other leagues. Now, if I were to just look at all of your flaws and just put them up against you, it might not be so good. But that's okay. That is okay. Can't win them all, but you sure can play the game.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.